faces say that...
We investigated all over the mountain, actually. But we didn't see it.
This is not unexpected. I haven't made much progress either. Still, there is one thing I found. I discovered footprints on some parts of the mountain. The footprints were quite numerous. So I believe my next step will be to...
We can help with that. We have plenty of... So now we... What was that?
It came from that direction.
Could it be the imposter? Yes, let's hurry.
Да, я читаю. Как открыть ёбаные порты? Просто не понимаю, почему так. Единственное предположение, это, блядь, перезагрузка. Ёбаный.
Hey, did you see that? Did those rocks shake just now?
That was...
What are you guys doing here?
Ладно.
I have to agree. We've been wandering this area for...
We ran into Pallet earlier. You know, the, kind of a reckless sort of guy. You know the one? Anyway.
After that, he disappeared to rejoin the training.
Wait. Are you saying that...
It was nothing really. We just hit a few landslides and snowdrifts and took a few down...
They sound like unforgettable life events.
Anyway, you're correct. We haven't made it to the base camp yet. We have had extraordinarily poor luck. Fortunately, I made advance arrangements for Gerald to...
I'm sorry. I'm the one to blame for all this. I've always... Sorry to create so much extra trouble for everyone. I don't know what to say. Maybe this is the awesome power...
I agree.
Yep, we're just used to it now. Besides, it's not...
Really? I think you guys have way better...
Well... What can we do?
You're welcome to a bit of mine too. Although,
You guys... Aw, thanks.
yeah, you bet.
Let me flip a treasure hoarder insignia to test it out. All right, it's tails. The opposite...
So you can predict your fortune this way? But why are you...
It has two sides, so there's a 50-50 chance of me getting... Luck all comes down to probability, too. So as long as I use up... Guessing wrong when I flip an insignia is one way to use up some of the bad luck. So, the probability of having...
Hey, this making no sense at all. Why aren't you calling him out?
Guys, I guessed wrong in my insignia flip, which means we should be able to make it... Let me try. It's this way, right? Oh! Ow! My butt!
I don't usually believe in luck, but Amber, if you are ever required to partner with Bennett in your future work and you encounter...
Huh? Yes, of course. Now that you mention it, I do feel a little tired. Checking in the
Well, since everyone is tired, why not take a rest in my...
Amber will fall asleep in the snow if we keep going much longer. Come on, let's move.
Нет, смотри, актуальность IP-сервер это точно вот это сам роутер сообщает.
Here we are.
А потом сейчас я выполняю еще вторую UDP.
Oh, I forgot I don't have that many chairs. Please wait a moment.
What's he doing?
He is.
He's painting a chair. Oh, wait, alchemy can turn painting...
My paintings are like blueprints. Alchemy simply enables me to omit the manufacturing part of the process. With enough research and experimentation, the same technique can even be...
Whoa. Well, since you can
Тебе нам сильно что важно
No
сейчас
problem.
происходит?
How many...
Me!
I'll
Всё.
also take...
Can Paimon have a chair that comes still beats squeezing onto a stool?
Тебе нам сильно важно что-то происходит?
Я Геншин прохожу.
Если на 2 минуты выпадешь, ничего?
Ну не прям сейчас же. Мне все жестко. Как я тебе сейчас? Стоп. Стоп сделаю. Сейчас дойду до ступеньки, сделаешь.
До кого дойдешь?
Да, только как уйдет вот эта картинка, тогда сделаешь. Не прям сейчас же.
Нет, я просто тебя спрашиваю.
You're very welcome to stay over.
Еще и записываю, конечно, но уже поздно.
There's still some time before dinner. Get some rest.
Так, конечно, я не знаю как.
Do all the work.
Так если ты не слышишь.
That recipes. This is no. Please, help yourself.
Wow, smells great.
Don't wait. Don't steal all the fried vegetables.
Albedo, you're too modest. These dishes are as good as anything you'd find in the.
You may be.
Right? Paimon thinks so too. It's his lab manner that gives it away. The kind of guy who
Actually, that makes.
Когда
I'm
тут,
so sleepy after.
Did Bennett fall asleep sitting
Да.
up? He must be
пробую,
totally.
поэтому
he's
и пишет,
sleeping is
что
so
дал по
alert.
порту.
he seems to be in a
Вот
deep sleep.
Даже точно это.
Oh no, Dad. No
Два, две
apples
девятки
for
в
me.
конце.
Sticky honey roast. That's your favorite, isn't it, Amber?
Sure is. Give me a sticky honey roast from Good Hunter any. I used to take Eula to Good Hunter a lot back when we first met. Before
Yeah.
long, Sarah would start cooking our usual orders as soon as she said we ordered the same thing so often that it was practically muscle.
Yeah,
She
я тебе
also said
говорю,
that if
в
everyone in
конце счётов,
Mondstadt ordered like
так.
we do,
А,
her job would
подожди.
be so much easier.
Одна шестерка.
Eating together. Aww. It's the Traveler and Paimon always eat together
И
too.
пошел нахуй.
Two people simply sharing a meal says nothing.
That depends if it's a one-off meal or a regular occurrence.
Aha! Paimon just noticed something. Whenever Eula doesn't want
Ah, you've all picked up on that. Didn't know Eula's.
We are
Я
done here,
понимаю, не
yes?
представляю.
I am free to go, am I not? Then please excuse me. I have.
You're going for an ice bath at this time of night? What?
I thought you wanted to get some sleep.
No, I should come with you. It's late, and it's dark, and you're not good with directions.
Да сука, а что не так-то? Я не понимаю.
an ice bath.
Брадмауэр выключен, то есть все порты должны проходить спокойно.
Oh, hey, Dad. I'm doing all
Вот,
right.
я проброс.
Wow. Bennett. Okay.
А что им не нравится?
All right,
я
you two.
вот.
Time to paint. Have you decided what to paint?
Like you even need to ask.
Sure. But we should.
Okie dokie. All right.
Ты думаешь, я настолько туп?
Da-da-da. Woo.
Давно у меня через телевизор на компе не лазили. Или ты имеешь в виду, что локалку использовал?
Let's paint here.
Ясно.
Allow Paimon to adopt an elegant pose for your artistic
Ну да,
reference.
тебе он полнейший.
That look for?
Так, и что мне установить с настройками по
Dude, and
умолчанию?
start putting your perfect Paimon down on the page. You better
Confidence is a good thing. Those.
Там нормально зависимость, понимаете.
la la la. All right, let's start with the head. Now, in your mind's eye, what is written on Paimon's face?
Дальше что мне с ним делать, чтобы прям испортить?
Huh? Is that okay? Forget it. We can come back to that. Let's move on to the body. Come on, paint what you.
Ну вот, сейчас просто почему.
Paimon's starting to feel like this is not going to turn out so great. Let me see. Let Paimon see. What is this? Why you? How could? Paimon is lost for words. The brushwork is smooth, and the composition seems professional quality. And those eyes! Those boring light.
Traveler? Have you previously received any education in the fine arts?
What? You pour your heart on the page and this is special, huh? You ser-
Fascinating. Paimon,
потому что
If this is not to your liking, I can make a few amendments.
Вот пароль, но пока ничего не жди, потому что я перезапускаю. Да ладно.
Oh, Paimon, is this better?
It's a total ground-up overhaul, that's what it is!
Adding flourish to the finished piece is an essential component. This is not to say that you differ from the painting on a fundamental level. Rather, you remain the core reference point for the painting. So, Paimon, you can put your misgivings aside and hang this painting wherever you like.
Нажал войти в игру.
Oh, I merely added a flourish here and there. In truth, ground-up overhaul is more or less...
The more Paimon looks at
Я
it,
хуй знает, почему
the
они
more
такой-
she likes.
Ну, это бред.
Paimon's gonna show this off to everyone!
Раньше все работало.
It's nothing. I can paint you next time,
Правда, на
if you'd
том
like.
роутере,
I
который я сам
rarely entertain so many guests at my camp. It's lively. A little liveliness is a rare thing here on...
Ты пойдешь с нами?
It's a new day! Let's go meet up with everyone!
Мы же вот эту техномагическую сборку, да, установили? Техномагическую сборку же
Hey,
установили.
good morning.
Я же просто Насте перед-
I slept great last night. How about you guys?
I'm fine, as usual.
The path down the mountain is easier to follow in the daylight. Let's take...
Одну секунду.
If we make good
Я
time,
ничего не
maybe we
говорю.
can all get lunch together!
У нас точно завтра подключится просто по локальному IP-адресу.
I flipped another insignia just outside the camp. Wrong again.
So your bad luck is all used up. We'll be down the mountain in no time.
Yeah, my thoughts
Да,
exactly.
да.
Today's the day.
А чё на меня? Ну вот пишет, да, типа список соединений. Окей. Что ты со мной делаешь?
Look out!
Я понимаю. Почему он не пишет, что вы подключение произошло? Я понимаю, что ты VPN подключился, я не управлял. Не подключался на управление. Подключался как на VPN. Да.
Traveler, Paimon, are you all right?
Просто VPN.
Paimon's fine!
Oh, that's good. My arm got a...
I'm okay, but I don't see the other two.
Сворачиваю.
I'm afraid the avalanche may have pushed them off the cliff.
They fell down? They'll be okay.
I think they're both robust enough to survive the fall. But if the falling debris knocked them unconscious, and they're lying, we have to get down there and rescue them. Immediately.
Okay, let's move.
Hang in there, guys.
А, VPN, ты же просто ко мне подключился, правильно? В мою локалку. А не нас двоих соединила на какой-то сервер. Скорее всего, ты ко мне просто цепанулся. И сейчас можешь получать сетевое окружение, которое у меня имеется. Ну, по сути, так это должно отработать.
Bennett, are you okay? Shout if you can hear me. Bennett!
Так, одиночная.
A voice. Over there.
Bennett, is that you?
Guys, I'm over here.
Are you alright?
I'm a little dizzy, but
Thank goodness. Scared the life out of me.
If you're dizzy, sit and rest for a while.
it's fine, really. This kind of thing happened. Wait, where's Albert?
We thought he fell off the cliff with you! He's still...
We found Bennett here, so Albedo can't be far away. Keep searching.
Got it.
La la la!
Давай, подгружай. Не надо. 60, 491. Так, всякие с карты, как не ковыряться. Что это? Это Ган. Ты Я тебе сказал, блядь, его.
Are we definitely looking in the right place?
Понятно. 60, 491. Я и думаю, ты, блядь, молчишь, животное.
Oh, it's not here either. Let's check with the others.
Ну, пока не вижу, что ты зашел. О, ага, Гаджан покинул игру. Тебе что пишет?
Well,
А, ну,
and
у меня написала, Гаджан покинул
Nothing
игру.
from me either.
Strange. We didn't have it.
Everyone!
Мгм. Может, я неправильно что запустил?
Nothing serious.
Okay, everyone accounted for.
Guys, I think it's gotta be because of me. I guess flipping a treasure hoarder insignia isn't gonna change my luck after all. I'm so sorry.
Don't say that.
Меня
I'm
просто
hardly the
отзывать
lucky
хочет.
type myself.
exactly.
не понимает.
Besides,
Это не-
Dragonspine is a dangerous place.
Меня просто
Avalanches
что-то отзывает.
literally come with the territory.
Соединился.
Bad luck has nothing to do with it, okay?
Так, ты где, блядь?
Traveler, what's wrong?
Your
Так
face
и
looks...
видел он меня каждый раз на разных
Oh
местах
no.
спавнит.
Did you get hit on the
Ко
head?
мне бегут какие-то долбоебы, которые не хотят быть.
Here.
Everyone,
Я вот
the
давал,
incident is
вот
behind
давал,
us now.
вот таких.
Why do I feel that Dragonspine has become more dangerous than it used to be?
Давай
Our top
перезапустимся,
priority
чтобы
now is to get off the
перенести.
mountain and regroup with the adventurers. Whatever further dangers this mountain...
Agreed. Guys, keep your eyes peeled and watch your...
Я об этом же. Давай перезапустим. Ладно. А меня уже сожрали. Ну, это должно. Так,
We've been
ну,
heading in the right
подожди,
direction
еще
for a good length of time now.
Victory's in sight! As soon as we get to base camp, Paimon wants a bowl of hot...
I hope we can all get there safely. No more incidents.
Hey, what's on your mind? You seem a little distracted. Something's up, isn't it? Are you hungry? Cold?
I don't think I've spent so much time on Dragonspine before. It sure is... Hula?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I was just thinking, whenever I've met up with you at Dragonspine in the past, we always stick to the same few spots. If it were a little warmer and a little safer, I bet this...
I agree. People are put off by the cold and have an aversion to danger. They don't realize that there's Albedo. Is this the way down?
Yes.
I think there are several routes in this area. Does the path fork off here?
I'm kinda dizzy too. I keep thinking things are swaying a little.
Either path will work for us. The smaller trail is less worn and harder to see, but it's also shorter. So,
Ванильный
follow
Майнкрафт
me.
это сейчас называют, который без модов. Так, открыть 60 503. В смысле?
Wait,
Я понял. Так. У меня какая-то книга «Лексикон ботаники». Ладно.
Bennett and Amber don't look well.
Can
we take a break? We can continue once the...
Now that you...
Huh?
You hit your head earlier, didn't you?
Oh, you noticed. Are you
No problem at all! Health and safety always come...
Okay, sorry for this. Thank...
Yeah.
Что такое, блядь? Что, блядь?
Drinking some water can help with the dizziness. Oh, and, lying...
Thank you, Bennett. Seems like you really know...
Кстати, вот мир
Well,
другой, а он
when
всё равно
life gives you
показывает
lamp...
точно свет.
Bennett, weren't you feeling dizzy too? Stop pushing yourselves, both of you.
Eula might come off as a little frosty, but she takes caring for her friends super seriously. more than anyone else I know.
Traveler, I know what that look means. What's on your mind? Maybe seasoned veterans have an instinct for it. I sense it too. Something seems to have changed. It might be imprudent to speculate out loud,
Резко.
but
Интересно, конечно, что
Traveler,
попадают
I
шмотки.
think you...
Но они не висят, как в обычном майне, они ложатся на пол горизонтально.
Albedo, what's...
It's not over yet. Brace yourselves. This will be a challenge.
Stay back! I'm going to cut this weed down to size!
Animal hypostasis. Come on, we can do it. Let's dance. Boing, boing, boing.
Так, а в смысле потухший факел? Как его зажечь? Ну я понял, что ты шаришь. Разберемся.
Dumpy Dumpty Go! Oz, stand clear.
Место забывания.
Boing, boing, boing. Да-да-да.
Самый физичный материал, который можно найти. Ну, наверное, давайте. Я разманал вам.
Animal test 60. Dumpy Dumpty Go! I feel kind of woozy.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Let the show begin. Boing, boing, boing. Absorption test. Enhanced animal module 75. Dumpy Dumpty Go! Stand clear. By royal decree,
Я не думаю, что
I'll
это
protect
да.
us.
Is everyone alright?
We're fine. But can you please tell us what's going on?
I take it this monster is whom I had the pleasure of meeting last time.
Correct. As you might have guessed, this is a mutated whopper flower.
But can Whopperflower?
Not typically. But conditions on perhaps the dragon's blood seeped into the land, then was passed to the monster.
How could that happen?
This mountain is home to the remains of Durin, the venomous dragon. If there is anywhere in the world one might... Durin was an artificially created life form. Its existence is nothing In other words, this mountain we stand on is a cradle of life's...
The avalanche. It must have been the work of this imposter.
Agreed. All the other troubles you faced on the way down could also have been its handiwork. My guess is that it was targeting everyone that I've had...
Right, I forgot all about that.
It's not inconceivable.
But what was its purpose?
I have a preliminary hypothesis on whopper flowers are masters of mimicry, and those we encounter. In other words, the whopper flower likely has an instinct to replicate as a plant. It will disguise itself as another plant and infiltrate the group, hiding among them for cover. But when it disguises...
It wanted to replace you and infiltrate our group.
Yes. Maybe it created the avalanche to get rid of us. I predicted this eventuality, so I availed myself of the avalanche to hide. It was watching us the whole time. And when it saw that I had disappeared, its instinct was to take my place. At that point, its disguise was complete, and its next...
Yes, that's exactly how Whopperflower...
So when it approached and attacked Joel, what was that?
Perhaps. Or maybe it enjoyed posing as a human, and wanted to experience what it felt like.
We're fortunate to have discovered it in time. I think the Traveler was the first person other than Albedo to notice something was wrong.
Traveler, how could you tell the real...
I want to know too. I had no idea the other guy was an imposter. They looked exactly the same to me.
I see. It goes to show how difficult it is to impersonate a human. This mutant whopper flower tried its best to replicate the original exactly, but still...
Unbelievable. To think that Dragonspine creates such...
Anyway, at least we won in the end. It looks like my method did work after all. I used up all the bad luck, and the good luck finally...
About that, if you're referring to having fallen down the mountain and avoided injury... Well...
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Бег сразу лучше. У него меч, ёбана, ты что хочешь? Какой-то деревянный, вот не знаю чё. Так, я его ухуярил.
Я это закончу просто.
Woohoo! I'm back!
Че говоришь?
Я закончу после сюжетка.
Cyrus doesn't seem to be here. He must have headed up the mountain.
Amber, are you...
Yep, all good now. Nothing...
I don't know what I'd do without you guys. If not for you, I really want to thank you all properly, but I can't think how at the moment.
А мы смотрел прям
You
совсем
must be pretty
проебываем,
used to being on the receiving end of...
Come on. Sure, plenty of people have shown me kindness before, but that doesn't mean I will ever take it for granted.
Well, instead of repaying those who helped you, perhaps you could help others yourself. Everyone meets others in need from time to time.
Yep, you're right. That's what I've always tried to do, and will always continue to do. Right. And when Cyrus gets back, I'll find some way to help him out.
This has been quite an eventful day.
Yeah, it has. It's really hit me how...
I need to rest.
Yeah, I need to get some water and maybe a piece of fruit.
Вообще не
Once I'm...
говорю. Так,
Well, it looks like the curse of the mountaineers who couldn't... Feels like an action-packed chapter has come to a...
Why not? Then, please, come with me. You sensed something too, didn't you?
Are you going back to your camp again?
Good.
Ты леопард,
we
Миша. Раздробленный узел. Хорошо. И что дальше? Сейчас,
Sorry for bringing you back here once again.
деревяшки.
Some topics.
Is this about the imposter?
That's right. I have to say, traveler,
Ровно такие
I'm
звуки
very
издают.
surprised you noticed the difference between me and the imposter. Yes. This mark.
Ну, вот древесный.
Ooh, sounds like the begin.
Well, I can't deny that what I'm about to. So,
Так это
what do
потуши.
you
Как
think
его?
this
Как
diamond?
зажигать-то?
A tattoo?
No. Consider it a. Have you ever seen an intricate glass ornament and wondered how it was made? Well, one method for crafting with glass blowing is not a widely known art in Tibet. For this reason, glassware made in this, as the name implies, glass blowing involves blowing air into a hole, much like blowing up a balloon. This type of glassware is known for having a pontal mark at the point where the blowpipe was inserted, where the hole was sealed at the very end. This mark is a sign.
Sounds kind of.
It is a wondrous and beautiful art form. Alice says that these marks are seen as proof of the maker's fine handiwork. The only flaw in an otherwise, my mark is something similar to this. The difference between synthetic and natural life lies in the direction the energy of a natural life form flows out from within. That's why flower buds bloom and curled leaves unfold. Creating life artificially, on the other hand, involves, to a certain extent, the introduction of an external source of energy into the embryonic life. The alchemical substance drips and spreads out in all directions.
Wow.
This mark is a sign of my artificial origins, and proof of my. I presume that the imposter intentionally avoided replicating this mark. You are fundamentally different from other people. I have few qualms about sharing, just as Paimon said. It all sounds like a story. Even if you were to tell anyone else, the transcendent and miraculous are not the only things to which human beings aspire. They pursue the everyday, the ordinary, to a far greater extent than I would have ever imagined. People like to believe that those who are thoroughly different from themselves could only ever exist in stories. Or, in other words, all the unfathomable things we've seen recently would make good I have friends who write novels. If they wrote this story, it'd probably.
Making up stories is easy. Even
Oh. I did.
Paimon's the best guide in Tibet.
In that case, how about we have a storytelling contest? We can base our stories on the events of the last few days.
Sounds great. But
I understand. Creativity is something that cannot. We'll see whose story is more.
deal. Okay, we'll regroup with the adventure.
Sure. My story. Yes, I should have known. Master's failed specimen in the dragon's belly. This is where the story truly begins. If we switched places, if you were the survivor, the Anastasia abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too. I would replicate your appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms to divert your attention. I would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler, the sole person to have known your secret. And then, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
Albedo!
Traveler, Paimon. I suppose your story is...
Yep. How about you?
No need. I am also...
Paimon calls dibs.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on Whopper. To whoever spoke to them, they would, if the bypasser got the wrong answer.
Ooh, truly frightening.
What the? You two aren't. Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go.
In other words, the Whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Paimon made up this story.
It's a good story. May I write it down?
What for?
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Mine is a little longer. A great alchemist once
Да,
created
потому что
Subject
дверь
1.
оставалась
However,
открытой, тебя застрелили.
unbeknownst to Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He saw all kinds of people on the mountain. Never in Subject 2's wild... This was what...
Я разобрался, как идти.
Subject 2 began to unfold his
Вот
plan.
именно он, нахуй.
He changed his face into an exact and so...
What?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark in both his and Subject 3's necks. In my view, it was probably a subconscious act. He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot. Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of the next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories. People would have no idea that the
This is.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan,
Он же, сука,
A
еще на
unique stranger
определенном
entered the
расстоянии
mix.
держится, нахуй, от тебя. Вот, ты его добил.
what's wrong?
What happened then?
Я тут хожу
He
единственный.
became a new stage in Subject 2's
Чё он
plan.
на тебя нападает?
One more person. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden.
Ай, блядь, паук.
Only one in all the world. Only the gardener who tended to people do not like poisonous plants.
Ну, блядь,
Only
земля
a perfect
паука.
rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted... This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he...
Да, блядь, что? Что, блядь? Из земли лизун вылез?
So what happened after?
Fortunately, it is just a story.
Что, блядь?
And even in this story,
Собрал земель.
Subject 2 did not succeed. Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also
Я тебе
creatures of
сказал,
Rhine-Daughter,
блядь.
just like me.
Дом,
I'm
сука,
glad to hear that.
построить.
It's okay.
Всё, ладно, снаружи
I
это
know what I
строят,
am.
да.
You
Во-первых, я хочу
the only
убедить
thing
тебя.
is that sometimes, when I think as
Он
beings
всё
who
сильно
set foot
дохуя
in this world,
понимается.
how arrogant are... Is creation an arrogant act, traveler?
Надо вот это вот расположение.
If not, why do we call the ones that... If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? Nothing special. Whenever I think about it...
Poor Albedo.
Hello?
Hey, is that it?
Thought we might find you here.
Короче, я пока буду всё
We're here to
стартировать,
deliver a
короче.
message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there.
Winter camp is nearing its end. Apparently, even provisional instructors.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo.
Then I won't keep you.
На шаг.
I have some
Ничего.
things to attend to here.
Don't worry about it.
Вот, слушай,
There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain.
Is everyone ready? Let's not.
Подождёшь? Нет. На шаг уберу, это уберу. Уберу. Да, тут надо разбираться вот с чем. Во-первых, как нам включить свет.
Guy.
Думаешь, нужен
Allow me
времени?
to introduce Yoser.
Ну, это
Dad,
мило.
this is that traveler I was telling you about. The traveler's helped me out.
Joel has told me everything about you.
Wow.
А он у
Wait
нас
a
делается
second.
премией железки,
Why is
правильно?
Cyrus discreetly wiping?
Khaled is the hero
Блядь,
of the
там
hour
опять
this
этот мелкий
time.
паукан
Okay.
ползёт,
The
паукан
weather
этот.
was fine on that fateful
Привет.
day, and I had a feeling that
Уже
Lady
нашел,
Luck
да?
was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere. But I had only been away from the group for a short while. I fell down a slope and just started.
Oh, did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck. Then I met Yoserv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came.
Huh?
Wow! So
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second, with this completely stunned.
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel...
Daddy.
Daddy's right here, Joel.
Joseph, don't you remember the poor princess feeding the foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better,
Dad.
I'm all right now, Joel.
This is good. This is good.
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after running into Ben and...
I knew it.
No. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself. Maybe some...
Ballad.
Huh? Am I?
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the... You all helped look after me, and I will... Oh, but I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt one...
I can help with that. One moment.
Huh?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime.
Wow! Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now!
How can I ever repay you all? Thank you all.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman.
Okay. I'll be...
Very well, very well. It's time for Pallid and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventure.
Huh? But Cyrus,
Oh, I made this for you and Amber. Think of it as a win.
Aw, are you sure?
This. Come on now, just take it.
Wow! Now our snowman won't melt.
You're welcome. Just keep it. That's all. Amber and I have some business to attend to now.
Everyone. Oh! You know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo about... Maybe we should try Timaeus again. He does seem pretty eager to...
морковки, арахис, перец чили, клубника. Такого такого говна кукуруза. Хотя опять что-то поэтому полдня вокруг этого сидит. А это еще что? Ты кто? Very good. Ясно, блядь, сейчас начнем купить модель, да? Две кровати мы пока не можем поставить. Так.
Traveler and Paimon, what can... Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous look on your...
Will you help us?
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give the...
No, but...
In the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably...
New research project, Timaeus? We meet again.
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is, Paimon wants a machine that...
It's really important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about...
That's impossible.
Тогда предложить мне чат писать нахуй. Нам пизда.
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it fresh is more difficult. But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve, right, Traveler?
по типу брони.
What about his neck?
What's wrong? Is there something on my neck?
Говна.
From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practice.
Ты где тут стоишь? Я тебя не
You were
вижу.
saying, how do you stop?
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine, where the snow and the...
But then Paimon...
You could always live on
No, too cold.
Or you can give the fruit to me. But since you don't like the cold,
Нацеливайся.
you'd have to send someone else to pick them up when you... This is where you come in, traveler.
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible with other people doing all the...
Fruit buried on Dragonspine will stay fresh for much longer.
И их себе скидываешь.
However,
А, вот,
it is
там
also
мне полетело.
possible, who knows, maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard.
No way! Then Paimon will have to be a gardener. That's not the...
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
Albedo! Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super... Of course it bothers Paimon. They are the rarest...
Okay, but they're just Sensitias. When someone's pockets are full, and their spirit is full...
Я тебя пригласил в свою команду. Ёбаный, тут ветка квестов, короче, есть, чтоб ты понял. Типа, что сделать надо? Пока что у нас протяжение,